Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is a series that I started last year, 2025, called Listen to This. And what it is I essentially show a record or CD, whatever, that might not have the biggest following. So I'm not going to be showing you, Sgt. Pepper or Pet Sounds or anything like that. These are records from my collection that I really enjoy that I think need to be heard. And it's just a way for me to introduce more music and to talk about things that I don't normally talk about on my channel in depth. Um, as you know, I recently did a series of Americana through the decades, and I was talking about everything from the 60s right on up to the present. And one of the records that I showed, if you remember, is this album right here, as you probably guessed by the thumbnail, Lukas Nelson and Promise of the Real, self-titled. Now, this was released in 2017. It's the fourth record by Promise of the Real with Lukas Nelson, but it's the self-titled record and kind of the one that put him on the map as a serious artist. Now, as you may or may not know, Lukas is one of the sons of Willie Nelson, and as soon as you hear his voice, you know instantly that he's a Nelson. He's got that kind of Willie drawl to his voice, kind of that nasally sound. Is equally as good a guitar player as his dad. Very unique stylings in his music. Fantastic dude, and just such a cool dude. There he is right there, looking like Jack Sparrow. And here's Promise of the Real. Now, if you don't know, Promise of the Real currently are on indefinite hiatus. Lukas is kind of doing his own thing as a single solo artist, but Promise of the Real put out some great records, and I have several of them on CD myself. But this is possibly my favorite. This is the first one that I heard by him. I heard a track, I think he was on maybe XM radio or something. It was called Forget About Georgia. And just a fantastic song. It's the second to last track on here. And I was instantly hooked, and I was like, man, that's so good. And I've been following Lukas now pretty much ever since. Still haven't seen him live. I would love to. But anyway, if you like the drawl of Willie Nelson, then the vocals shouldn't bother you too much. And the thing with Lukas is, oh, you think Willie Nelson, he's a country singer. Lukas has to be a country singer, right? Not true. Though Lukas does kind of fall in the country circuit, he's often in those kind of festivals. Lukas is pretty much a rock and roller at heart. Lukas and his brother Micah, as well as Promise of the Real, have backed Neil Young for several years. And even after Lukas left Promise of the Real, a lot of those guys are still with Neil as the Chrome Hearts. So he kind of got his feet wet with Neil Young down by the river, if you will. And so he's got the chops. Again, he's played at Farm Aid many times with his dad. He has sat in with Bob Dylan during the Willie Nelson Outlaw Tour, and tours with his dad when he can allow his schedule to make that work. But this record is the one I want to talk about. Every song on here is a winner. 12 tracks. There are some uncredited vocals on a track or two by some great backing artists, some female artists. He always seems to have a female artist or two on his records. He has Lady Gaga on a song called Carolina, and her voice is just so powerful on this song. Check out the song Carolina. It's kind of almost like a Jimmy Buffett kind of tune with this great shuffle and guitar kind of sound. He kind of sings, "If my baby doesn't love me, I'm going to Carolina tonight." So it kind of has this dual meaning of, is it Carolina or is it, is it a lady by that name? But Lady Gaga is on 2 tracks, Carolina and Find Yourself. The duo Lucius, who show up a lot in the outlaw Americana world, they back him on a couple of tracks here. So he definitely has some great female vocals on here. Again, Willie Nelson and Bobby, Willie's older sister, they appear. His brother Micah appears on a couple of tracks. So he's got some pretty nice company that he's keeping on this album. But again, if you like kind of, I don't even want to call it Southern rock because I'm not even a fan of Southern rock. It doesn't fit in with Leonard Skinner or Marshall Tucker or anything like that. This is a fantastic record. It rocks. Check out the song Set Me Down on a Cloud. It's just this like slow blues kind of burner of a song. It's so good. Then he does this track called Just Outside of Austin with Willie on Trigger, his guitar. It's just fantastic. Just this beautiful ballad. It sounds like it could have been an old Willie Nelson tune. Again, he does a song called Find Yourself, which is just this fantastic rock vocal, full on blues. It could have been any kind of blues tune. But then this again, the song "Forget About Georgia" is just this fantastic song, beautiful lyrics about this girl that Lucas dated named Georgia. But he has to think of her name every time he goes on stage with Willie and sing "Georgia on My Mind," which is the old Hoagie Carmichael tune that Ray Charles made famous and that Willie sang on the Stardust record. But he mentions, singing singing it with his dad, and then he also mentions hearing Ray Charles sing it, and essentially he can never get her out of his mind because he's always singing that song with her name in it. But yeah, if I recommend some songs on here, check out the song "Set Me Down on a Cloud," "Just Outside of Austin," "Carolina," and "Forget About Georgia." One of those tunes should pique your interest in Lukas Nelson and his material. And I could have shown several other Lukas Nelson records. This is the one that I think you should start with because it's really, really good. It's got a good mix of rock, blues, country, and some just great songwriting. So Lukas Nelson and Promise of the Real, the fourth studio album from 2017 by Lukas Nelson and Promise of the Real. Check it out. Listen to it. I think you'll really like it. So that does it for me, everybody. In the meantime, y'all be good. Take care. Let me know if you want to see more on this channel with this series, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.